everybody, welcome back to another episode of 5 Minute Gaming News, the show that has a sick host. I'm at my apartment, as you can tell, relaxing, trying to relax, but I still have to do the news. Look, I got my blankets, I got my elliptical, so I can work out, try to lose some of these pounds. I got my record player and my Grand Admiral Thrawn memorabilia, board games. Right there's my PS4, and you're wondering, why is your PS4 out? Because it has PT on it, and so I wanted to play that for Halloween with friends, because, you know, it's fun to play. And then I got my box with all my old consoles in it, that goes with this. And I just forgot to put that away. Anyway, that's my apartment. That's like 50% of my apartment. Enjoy. Anyway, today in the news, we have got a story that's got people asking, why? And no, it's not that Metal Gear Solid cologne with the crisp freshness of hand-picked mushrooms and forest soil. I'm talking about how the upcoming optional disk drive for Sony's PlayStation 5 will require an internet connection? As spotted on the back of Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3's PS5 Slim bundle, small print says players who purchase the new model with the optional drive will be required to connect to the internet when pairing it to a machine for the first time. And yeah, you don't need a lot of brain power to figure out that this is probably a security measure. It's stupid, but I understand what they're trying to do. So the problem here, as far as I see it, and others online see it as well, that what it's trying to do, this security checking, is done on Sony's side via a server. And at some point, long in the future maybe, that server won't be on, won't be active, won't be around anymore. So how would you then check the security of the drive? Does that make any sense? As Twitter user Dark1X wrote, if this is the case, that is highly concerning and very strange. Hardware connectivity shouldn't be determined by a server that may not always be available. And I know, there are a few of you out there who are gonna be like, but Jesse, it's just initial setup. Why are you so worked up over this? But doesn't it ring as crazy that you need the internet in order to play a game on a disc without the internet? Wired had a pretty great article, we'll link it down below if you want to get really in-depth, back in 2020, that talks about how Microsoft and Sony lock down the software they use to pair their disc readers with their console's motherboards. So the whole thing really kind of falls into that right to repair category, where let's say you have a PlayStation, it's working fine, but the disc reader's busted. So you have access to a PlayStation that's broken, but the disc reader is fine, and you want to swap the disc readers of the two. You cannot do that. They are linked directly to the motherboards in those PlayStations, and if you want to get that fixed, you're gonna have to just buy a new PlayStation. So better minds than me have worked out that what this online connection is probably doing is pairing the new disc reader to the PS5. And at that point, could you swap it out and put in another one? Probably not. It's now part of that console. I feel like we need Sony to come in and clarify a lot here, because if you're gonna have swappable things you can put in your PlayStation and pull it out of your PlayStation, it doesn't make a lot of sense to then permanently attach it to that PlayStation so you can never use it again on a different one. I am leaving this to you in the comments below. What do you think? Is this all overreaction? Is it all speculation? What are your thoughts on this? Because I'm seeing all sorts of comments. A lot of people are like, what are you worried about? It's fine. And a lot of people are like, this is the end of games preservation. I leave it to you in the comments. I can't wait to see what you think. And then in the news, it wouldn't be 2023 without another game launching with poor optimization. This time, it's Cities Skylines 2, released yesterday, and despite reaching a concurrent peak of 104,697 players, surpassing the original's record of 60,386 concurrent players, the reviews are mixed. And what we're seeing are reviews with criticisms leveled at the game's performance, and some players are questioning Paradox's decision to release the game, even if it believes releasing now is the best way forward. And yeah, Paradox made a launch optimization guide with Tips like lowering settings, reducing depth of field, that kind of thing. We have concluded the performance is not a deal breaker for all the players, Paradox also said. The number one priority is for the players to have fun with the game, and we had seen enough feedback from players enjoying the game that it would be more unfair to postpone. Upcoming patches will improve performance on default settings, the publisher said, and has targeted a steady 30 FPS minimum for the future. And the crazy thing is, while I looked up feedback online to see what people were upset about, to see what the rants were and that kind of thing, the most biting stuff were just the disappointed dad posts. Things like, this game is perfect, if only it wasn't optimized so poorly. Or, this game blows Skylines 1 out of the water when I can play it. It's a shame that I simply can't play it. I don't know, something about those things a little bit more than just angry ranting. Speaking of angry rants, I'm gonna angrily rant at whoever the hell gave me a cold at TwitchCon. Anyway, that's it for me. I'm gonna go rest now, and I'll see y'all tomorrow for another episode of 5 Minute Gaming News.